What is good, YouTube? It's your boy OG Nonboy back with another video, and in today's video I got the dreaded double charm team. So I've been seeing this team floating around a lot. Like, I've played against tons of double charm teams and decided to run it myself just because, I am known to do that. So this team consists of the Obstagoon in the front and the two Charmers in Alolan Ninetales and Wigglytuff in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and go through these battles here and kind of give my thoughts on the team and whether it's kind of worth playing or not, especially since Charm did get nerfed. Like, it's always curious to see whether it performs well in a particular meta or not. So first match here, we're met with a bad lead in the Alolan Ninetales, and then we swap into our own and we're able to draw out a double. So we will be able to win switchback here if we go down 2 shields. We can tank the first body slam, but double is super spammy, so we're not going to be able to tank another one here. Gonna go ahead and invest a shield and just play out this matchup here. They get to another body slam already. It takes them 3 of the double kicks to get to a body slam, so they get to 2 body slams every time we get to a weather ball, basically. But we're able to maintain or like regain switch advantage here, and then they bring the Ninetales back in. And now this is actually still not too good a situation for us, just because we do have a shield deficit. So a weather ball is going to come through here, and now our Obstagoon basically has to beat whatever's in the back while being a shield down. And this is a Vigoroth here, so this match is pretty much over. So yeah, honestly, the counter users are very strong in the meta, or like the normal types that like no body slam, basically, like the Vigoroth and the double, and they're able to spam out these moves, and both of your Charmers in the back take neutral damage from the counters, and with the spam and that sort of thing, they actually can do pretty well against your Charmers, and those things are pretty rampant in the meta here. So next match, we are met with a Obstagoon lead, and then they swap into a Wigglytuff, and then we swap into our Ninetales simultaneously, and thankfully for us, the Ninetales actually beats the Wigglytuff in like all the even shielding scenarios. So we throw a move, and this actually allows them to simul KO if they decide to just charm us down without throwing a move. But since they threw a move here, we're able to sneak in a charm and charm them all the way down. So right now I'm anticipating the mirror match, so kind of deciding how I want to play this here. Do I want to bring my Obstagoon back into their Obstagoon, or should I bring my Wigglytuff in? So I'm going to decide to bring my Wigglytuff in just because they did get an extra counter in, which means they would reach the cross chops before I reach my cross chops. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this for whatever reason, but honestly not the best shield, just because I think a weather ball from the Ninetales here would be doing more damage than a cross chop. So opponent going to shield that move there, and I'm going to be able to reach another cross chop if the opponent decides not to throw their energy, and I'm going to get this nice chip off. So our Wigglytuff is in a decent position to sweep as long as we can charm down both this thing and the Obstagoon in the back before they reach another move. So yep, definitely not the only person using double charm in this meta, as you can see here. And I basically copied this team from someone that I played against, but some common picks too for the double charm line. I've even seen triple charm as well with the Whimsicott in the lead, but I've seen Ferrothorn as a lead Pokemon as well, which could be an interesting pick, especially with all the lanterns running around. And Ferrothorn in general is just a kind of nice anti-meta pick to counter the I just said it, the lantern, and also it can learn the flash cannon, which is good against something like a Froslass. And also you're only taking neutral from the ice moves from the Froslass as well. So in this match here, pretty straightforward, I guess. We have the Cofagrigus here, and both of our back 2 Pokemon that we have left do well against the Cofagrigus. Our Wigglytuff resists the charge moves just because it is the fairy and normal type, and then our Obstagoon also resists everything as well, but they're just letting everything go here. And then they finally throw a Dark Pulse at us, but at this point between our Obstagoon and our Wigglytuff, we should be able to take out this Alolan Ninetales here. So They're gonna get a Weather Ball off. This is gonna be doing some nice damage to us. A few more charms and we should be taken out. But we're gonna throw the Cross Trap here. They do decide to shield, but it doesn't really matter because we should be able to farm them all the way down before they're able to take us out. So gonna be able to comfortably tank a Weather Ball here and one more charm, and that should be a GG. So next match here, we got the Obstagoon into Trevenant. So this is definitely a solid lead for us. They swap instantly into a double, and I'm gonna stay in here a little bit just because you did see in that first match that you will have to go down a shield if you want to maintain switch against the double. But at this point, since we did chip them a little bit, we're in a pretty solid position to have them farm down before they're able to reach enough body slams to take us out. So we're not going to have to invest another shield here to maintain switch. So I'm going to let this next body slam go. And this puts us in a pretty favorable position since we do also have a Weather Ball locked and loaded for the Trevenant, which I anticipate is going to come back in. So I'm going to throw a Weather Ball here, and this will either grab a shield or get them pretty low. So happy with either scenario, and then we can just bring our Obstagoon back into the Trevenant. And I'm gonna overfarm a little bit here just because I'm scared that they're gonna catch on something in the back. But even if they did, it wouldn't be the end of the world just because our Wigglytuff can handle the Trevenant quite easily from this health range. So I'm throwing the Night Slash here. And they actually shield, so I'm gonna swap into the Wigglytuff. And then I'm going to tank this Seed Bomb, no problem. And then it ends up being an Aurorus in the back. So pretty lucky for us that we did decide to preserve the Obstagoon there instead of like staying in against the Trevenant. And then, I mean, we're just going to do our best to farm this thing down here. They get a little bit scared and they throw a move, which kind of works out in our favor since I'm pretty sure they could have farmed us all the way down. And now all we have to do is shield one move from this Aurorus here. They would have had two if they didn't throw on our Wigglytuff. And now we have a Night Slash loaded for the Trevenant here. So a little bit lucky for us there. But yeah, we're able to take that match there. And I believe this is the final match. We have Obstagoon into Graveler. So this is a pretty positive lead. Definitely don't want this on our Alolan Ninetales. And they swap in the Altaria. So I'm going to bring in the Alolan Ninetales and farm this thing all the way down. So we'll have some Weather Balls ready for the Alolan Graveler, which I anticipate will come back in. And definitely not going to shield anything since we're going to have an unfavorable matchup once the Graveler comes back in. So at this point, just going to do as much chip as I can. Like, I have this energy, I might as well dump it on the Graveler here. So this puts us in a pretty favorable position. They look like they're probably going to go for a full farm down after I get this next Weather Ball off. And we even are able to draw a shield there. So at this point, we can bring in our Obstagoon. We only have to throw one counter. And I'm going to shield this move since we snuck in the counter. They're only going to get one move off anyways. And they end up having a Froslass in the back. So Obstagoon versus Froslass surprisingly isn't too bad for the Froslass just because they can tank a Night Slash better than you can actually tank a what is this thing, the Avalanche here. So Avalanche is gonna just about take us out here from this range, put us into the red, and it doesn't really matter though because overall it's still like a good matchup. It's just that Froslass does have some decent play, especially if they come in with an energy lead, but able to go 4-1 in this set. But as you can see here, my elo is quite a bit lower. Like, I tanked a lot at the end of the other cup, and these battles were played quite some time ago as well. But overall, my thoughts on this team, like, it's definitely playable, especially if your opponent has some things that are weak to charm, like the Altaria in the back. But overall, like, I did play maybe 8 sets with this team, and aside from the 2 initial 4-1s that I had, like, I went more or less like 3-2 and then like 2-3 in some sets, depending on like what I was seeing in the meta at the current time. But definitely give this team a try if you do like Double Charm and you are a degen like myself. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and also submit your battles in the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.